Okay, so today we are going to talk about similar triangles. So, similar triangles. If two triangles are similar, they have proportional sides and congruent angles. This is a review. Remember that all similar shapes are not congruent, but all congruent shapes are similar. That's because similar triangles, just like any other shape, have proportional sides and congruent angles. Okay? By proportional, I mean that you can form a ratio from them. So two angles are congruent if their measurements are the same. That means they are similar triangles because they have matching parts. Okay, matching parts mean that their measurements are the same for their angles and their sides are proportional. Okay, they correspond. So, corresponding means matching. We know this from when we talked about corresponding angles, right? They are in the same location and they are the same size when it comes to corresponding angles. If two triangles are similar, their angles are corresponding. So one way that we know that two triangles are similar is by focusing on their angles. So let's solve for missing angles. Okay, the sum of all triangles is 180 degrees. Just like a line, it's 180 degrees. When you fold it into a triangle, the sum is still 180 degrees. So to solve for a missing angle in a triangle, you must set up an equation. That equation has to equal 180 degrees. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. Okay, we see in these two triangles that you have triangle ABC and PQR. All right, so in triangles ABC and PQR, we have two values for two angles. We see that angle A is 41 degrees and the angle P is also 41 degrees. We see that angle B is 85 degrees and then we see that angle Q is also 85 degrees. However, we are missing a value for C and we are missing a value for R. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about the corresponding parts. Angle P is 41 degrees and so is angle A. That means angle A corresponds to angle P or angle P corresponds to angle A. Okay, angle Q is 85 degrees and so is angle B. That means that angle Q corresponds with angle B. What does that leave us? Angle C and R. We do not know the value of either of those, but we do know that those angles correspond. Angle R corresponds with angle C. That means that when we do find the missing value of C, it is going to match the missing value of R because corresponding means matching. Or if we found the value of R, it would match the missing value of C because the angles are corresponding and corresponding means matching. Okay. How can you solve for the missing value? Well, we talked about that. You're going to need to set up an equation. So here's what you do know. In your information for setting up your equation, you have to fill out the information that you do know. You do know that you have one angle that is 41, one angle that is 85, and a missing value or a variable. Variables represent unknown numbers. And that all has to equal 180 degrees or the sum of a triangle. So you set it up. You have 41 plus 85 plus x, or the missing value, needs to equal 180 degrees. Okay, how do we solve? For x, first you must combine like terms. You combine 41 and 85. You add them together just like it says. Okay, you get 126. You need to pull down your x. You now have 126 plus x equals the sum of a triangle, or 180 degrees. Now, to solve for x, you just simply need to subtract this 126 from this 180 to find your missing value. X equals 54. How do I know that's true? Well, if I plug in 54 for this x value, I have 41 plus 85 plus 54. If you add up those numbers, they do equal 180. Okay, triangles ABC and PQR are similar, we know that this angle R and this angle C are corresponding. They correspond. Okay? If they correspond, they are matching. So because triangles A, B, and C and PQR have matching or corresponding angles, we can assume the triangles are similar. Since the triangles are similar, we know that solving for the value of angle C will also give us the value of angle R. So, because we know that angle C is 54, we also know that angle R is 54. So, I want you to now try this. Say you have a triangle DEF and a triangle JKL, and they are similar. Okay, they are similar. They have corresponding parts. If D is 45 degrees and F is 75 degrees, I need you to find the value of E. I also want you to think, if you find the value of E, can you find the value of K? Okay, so go ahead and try.